Yeah, Coach, can you hear us okay?
I can.
All right, great. Go ahead and open up for us, and then we'll open up the questions.
What a high-level basketball game for, first game of the restart for us. I mean, I thought both teams played extremely well. A lot of credit to the Trailblazers. I mean, for a team to shoot 54% both halves, credit to them. Thought they had a lot of different guys play well. I don't think we played up to our standard in the first half, giving up, I think, 68 points. And you look at the entire game, giving up 54 points in the paint. Where our MO is to keep teams out of the paint. We struggled guarding on the ball, struggled with our rotations. They made us pay in the first half. Dug ourselves a hole, but so proud of our guys, to keep fighting, to dig down deep. We had to make some adjustments, and I thought they executed beautifully in the second half. Carry a lead going to the fourth quarter, and then, just a couple plays here and there, end of the fourth quarter, overtime, even to be, despite, I think we were down 11 at one point in overtime, to get to within 3. We had our chances, so had some open looks. Missed a ton of free throws, which we got to get a whole lot better at. Then we got to, stop fouling. So I thought the fouling hurt us in the first half. The paint scores hurt us in the first half, much better in the second half. And, a couple plays just kind of swing it. But a credit to the Trailblazers. They played a great game too.
First question, Joe Molinax.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Doing all right, Joe. How are you?
Doing well. You mentioned the major change in terms of execution defensively from the first half to the third quarter. It looked like there were some adjustments there. You did some double teaming in the post, tried to force the ball out, and forced the Blazers into mistakes. What are some of the things that you tweaked at halftime to help the defense kind of turn into some offensive transition opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, we're best when we can get our stops and get out and run. And like I said, when they're just laying in the basket or shooting a bunch of free throws in the first half, it really slows us down. We pride ourselves on being able to, be aggressive and disciplined and, protect the paint, get stops and get out and run. And we weren't able to do that in the first half. So second half, we just had to kind of change up the rhythm with a couple of coverages, as you mentioned, just, put more pressure on the ball, whether it was in pick and roll or on the post. And then our guys were just scrapping, kind of kept them in front, kept them at bay, kept their drive game, out of the paint basically. And then we were able to get on run. I thought our guys executed beautifully on the offensive end. We were having to, create different lineups up there, create different coverages, but message to our guys, got to keep our heads up. Doesn't matter what coverages we're in, all that stuff. We got to go out there and execute at a high level. Much better job in the second half. We got to learn from this and get better for the next game on Sunday.
Drew Hill.
Hey, Taylor, you mentioned that you guys played well today, but when you lose a close game like this, obviously it stings. Do you think that it'll be easier, a motivating factor going into the next round of games, or is it something that is a little bit more difficult to shake off?
No, I don't think it's anything difficult to shake off. We've got a resilient group. We talked about you got to keep your heads up. Win or lose, you got to keep focused on the next task at hand. We're just focused on learning and getting better. Felt like we competed at a pretty good level. We got to compete for more of the 48 minutes. That was a challenge. Trailblazers was a great team. It was a heck of a game, but our guys' spirits are up. They recognize this opportunity that we got to learn from and get ready for Sunday's game. And it's a long journey. One game's not going to dictate, what the outcome's going to be at the end of this seeding segment here. So our guys are just going to focus on getting better and get ready for San Antonio.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor, you guys talked about these games being playoff-like games, these 8 seeding games. Do you feel like this was a good reminder of kind of what to expect the rest of the way, that you guys have to keep fighting for 4 quarters and beyond if you need to?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Trailblazers making that push for the playoffs just like we are. What great competition for our guys to learn from. I mean, this is experience that not many expected us to be in. And we're not just saying we're fortunate just to be here and we want the experience. We want to make the playoffs. And the experience is only going to get us better, and that's why one game is going to lead to the next with our group. Same for myself. So it was definitely high, level basketball, playoff, kind of caliber. I think the guys felt it. I thought they responded really well, especially when the moment kind of mounted. A couple of things, as I said, end of the fourth quarter and overtime, we just got to execute a little bit better. We just got to make a couple of plays. But I got the faith in these guys. They're going to bounce back, with a positive vibe and positive spirit for Sunday's game.
Mark Giannotto.
Yeah, you sort of answered this a second ago, but you're up 9 with a little under 5 minutes to go. And obviously this is the first time these guys have been in a game like this against a veteran team that's been through a lot of games like this. What exactly do you hope they learn from going through this first experience with these 7 games coming up?
Sure. I mean, there's experience to learn throughout the entire game. Obviously, I've spent a lot of time talking about, the first 24 minutes. But then ultimately, fourth quarter basketball comes down to execution, having to make plays. I thought, for the most part, we did a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job making it pretty loud in there. So I thought our guys were, communicating well on what we needed to execute on the offensive end, defensively as well. Credit to the Trailblazers as well. I thought, they played with great aggression on the defensive end, pressure on the ball, pressure at the rim, things that our guys are going to definitely take away and recognize, hey, we had our moments, got to make that shot, make that read or make that rotation on the defensive end, all things that happen over the course of the game. And this is stuff that's going to be, just pivotal for us to learn from, and excited because these guys have done it all season long, learning from a game and translating to the next one.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Great. Thanks, everyone.